Hello folks, Now Creek Fly Shop here. Today I'm going to tie a very traditional fly for here on the west coast. It's called Haig-Brown's Silver Brown. Easy fly to tie, and it really represents a lot of different things. So the hook I'm using is the Ahrex NS 156 traditional shrimp hook, and it's got a slight bend on it. Brings the hook down, which I really like. The materials are very simple. So this fly actually will represent a coho fry, and we know that coho fry have sort of a brown-orange tail, very similar in color to this polar bear, which we will use also in the fly. Now I'm going to be using our pheasant tippet, and that is really cool because it's orange, a nice bright orange, and that's going to be the tail. So I'll just lay this in like so. And yes, actually coho fry have an orange tail. It's kind of neat to see when they're in the in the streams, when they're all the hatches on. There we are. Now I'm going to be using some Gulf resins as well on this, which Haig-Brown did not have Gulf resins, but we have Gulf resins, and I really like what they do to a fly. Not only do they strengthen it and make it much more durable, but it really radiates the color. So I'm laying in my two-sided tinsel, cold side up, so when I start wrapping, I will have the, there we are, silver side up. So I'm going to build the body with this tinsel, and then I'm going to put my Thin Man resin on. This is really a cool fly. This is a nice fly. I really like it. This time of year when the sea run cutthroat are happening, this fly really produces. I'm using the new Gulf scissors. Pretty cool. Now, we want to build up a little tiny bit of a head here behind the eye, and I'm going to use the resin a bit to build it up. But for now, I'm just going to put a little resin on the body. This Thin Man is very thin. There we are. It cures in just seconds. There we are. A little shout out to Gulf. I really like that stuff. Let's put a little bump on the front. So we're going to be using, I'm going to be using a pheasant tail fiber. Let that drop a bit. Yeah, I'm going to be using a pheasant tail fiber for what I call the whiskers of the fly. That's all the resin we need. And dyed red pheasant tail. I noticed that some of the people that tie the silver brown, Haig-Brown's pattern called the silver brown, make it much more bushy than I do. I don't like it being that bushy because these fry that we have around here are not that big. Let's get that on top of that bump. I want that thing to stick up a bit. Like that. Perfect. Beautiful. Now I'll just lock that in really nicely and see if I can pull down that excess. Yes, there we are. Like I said, I wanted to build a little head there so my material goes up. The next material I'm putting on is that polar bear that I just showed you. That's beautiful color. It's orangey brown color. The tips are very light. And get rid of the wool. Polar bear has a lot of underfur, so when you strip the materials down, you want to get rid of all that underfur. Makes it less bulky, unless you want the bulk, and I don't want the bulk. There we are. Yeah, the hook I'm using is actually it's a number 10. And NS 156 Avex traditional shrimp hook. Really cool, really nice. I want to bring that down a bit. There we are. And of course, it's easy to find, or was easy to find, golden pheasant tail fibers. I know Haig-Brown used golden pheasant a lot. Like that. So when you gather your golden pheasant, or any of the pheasant feathers, just grab it, dampen your fingers a little bit, and create the shape that you're after. Like that. Now, I do use super glue to hold all my materials in. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's see, pull it up a bit more, just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. There we are. Whoop. Drop my thread. There we are. Oh yes, very nice. And basically, folks, that is it. Let's just bring that back so I can put a little head on that. A little super glue. I'm using Gulf's super glue. Ooh, that's sexy. I like that. Let's see. I'll do that. I don't want much super glue on, so I usually use brushable, but in this case I don't have brushable right handy. So I will use this. I just want a couple of drops to go down. There we are. Come on, get on there. There we are. A couple of wraps. And that'll be enough to secure that head. It doesn't have to be a big head. This is a small fly, number 10. There we are, that's it, done. And there you go, folks. Haig-Brown's, Rodeick Haig-Brwon's Silver Brown. Whoop, I super glue my finger. They're in the water. That thing comes down. That orange is brown. Wow. Crazy attractor. Thanks, folks. I hope you really like that, because I know one thing. I really like that fly. That's a pretty nice little fly. Thanks, folks.